General Grievous was a Kaleesh warlord who served as the supreme commander of the Separatist forces during the Clone Wars. General Grievous was infamous for incredible ruthlessness and extensive cybernetic enhancements, inspiring fear as he traversed the galaxy, fighting the Jedi Knights of the Republic. So here are 7 interesting facts about the Cyborg General from Revenge of the Sith and the Clone Wars series. Remember to subscribe and hit the like button for more top facts videos in the future. Number 1. Homeworld. General Grievous comes from the remote tropical world of Kalee. The Kalee system is located in the wild space region of the galaxy, being the last region of the galaxy before the mysterious unknown regions. Kalee was discovered during the time of the Old Republic and was home to vast jungles, moss-covered plains and dense green forests. It was a harsh world that wasn't very suitable for life and did not contain sufficient resources to sustain any large populations on its surface. Their planet was also home to numerous savage and wild beasts, which made roaming the surface a challenge. The Kaleesh people were only able to thrive on the planet because of their proficiency in hunting down prey and their extreme intelligence. This turned them into ferocious beasts and capable warriors who were able to put up a fight against any being they came across. The Kaleesh people dotted the surface of their world with various temples and shrines guarded by the greatest warriors of their species. This included General Grievous and his close acquaintance Ronderu Lij Kumar. Number 2. Species. The Kaleesh were reptilian humanoids that hailed from the planet Kalee. The Kaleesh people were fierce warriors with scaly skin, long tusks and even longer nostrils. Each Kaleesh hand featured 2 opposable thumbs, giving them a very high dexterity, aiding them into becoming agile fighters. Bone-white tusks protruded from their upper jaws, with shorter, more dense tusks being common on the lower chin. Most Kaleesh had very large, pointed ears with extremely long nostrils flowing all the way up their faces, reaching the lower part of their eyes. This unique nasal layout gave the Kaleesh people a distinct advantage over their enemies, allowing them to produce pheromones at will and sense distress in others. The internal organs of the Kaleesh were extremely flammable, but this was solely an issue for General Grievous after his reconstruction into a cyborg warlord. And if you've seen the Revenge of the Sith deleted scenes, you'll know what I'm talking about. Those are crazy. Very few outsiders ever saw the true face of a Kaleesh native because of their tradition to wear ancient hunting masks that were created by their Kaleesh ancestors. The Kaleesh culture was deeply spiritual and possessed a strong desire for war and fighting. Because of the harsh conditions of their home planet, the Kaleesh people evolved to value war as an essential part of life, determining the natural selection of their species. War between tribes, families and clans were commonplace between the Kaleesh people and were vital in determining the ruling clan of Kalee. Number 3. Was Grievous Force sensitive? Despite General Grievous's incredible talent as a lightsaber duelist and hand-to-hand combat, he is not Force sensitive. He was trained in the art of the lightsaber by Count Dooku, who hoped to use Grievous as an attack dog that was capable of coming up against even the most skilled and talented Jedi. The group of scientists who constructed Grievous's cybernetic body and limbs hoped that they would be able to modify his brain so that he would become Force sensitive. This experiment ultimately failed, but was successful in creating a fierce beast that was capable of commanding the vast droid army of the Separatist Alliance. And moving on to number 4, how did Grievous get his cybernetics? After the events of the Huck War, which was a fiercely fought battle between the Kaleesh and the Yamri species, who came from the nearby planet of Huck, the Kaleesh people had accrued a tremendous amount of debt to sustain their war effort against the Yamri. Fortunately for Grievous and his people, immune from the intergalactic banking clan and longtime ally of Darth Plagueis, brought a strong opportunity to rebuild and have the wartime debts of the Kaleesh people forgiven. The Mune offered Grievous a job as a banking clan debt collector, who would be tasked with collecting banking clan debts by force. In exchange for taking on the role, the intergalactic banking clan offered to forgive all debt on the planet. Although Grievous was initially disgusted at being a leg breaker for a soulless megacorporation, he placed the needs of his people before himself, accepting the role. After many years of acting as the debt collector for the banking clan, Grievous grew tired of his role and went rogue, hoping to explore the sacred burial grounds of his ancestors. The banking clan were furious at Grievous's decision, leading them to create a plot to severely weaken him and enslave him as a warlord for their upcoming war, which was the Clone Wars. Poggle the Lesser, ruler of Geonosis, Count Dooku and Darth Sidious came together with the banking clan to condemn Grievous to a life of permanent slavery. While on board his personal transport ship on Kalee, the Martyr, a thunderous explosion tore through the ship, scorching every inch of the cockpit before violently bursting into millions of tiny shards. The crew on board were rocketed out of the ship and plunged into the vast blue oceans of Kalee one by one. The personal bodyguards of Grievous were both reduced to dust before they even hit the water, but Grievous managed to hang to life by a thread. His body was rapidly losing blood and in a deep shock. Dooku's plan had finally been enacted and he was already standing by, ready to grab Grievous's body and begin the transformation from Kaleesh to Cyborg Super Warrior. Dooku was forced to use the dark side Sith power, Heart Stun, to prevent Grievous from succumbing to his cardiac arrest while being transported back to Geonosis to begin the procedure. After arriving at the medical station on Geonosis, Grievous was told that his body was no longer capable of functioning correctly and that it must be replaced if he was to live a single hour longer. Beginning the procedure, Dooku provided the blood of slain Jedi Master Sifo-Dyas so that his body would remain functional during the procedure. Dooku had secretly hoped that this blood would allow Grievous to become Force sensitive and become an apprentice to him. Poggle the Lesser preserved the brain and eyes of Grievous after the crash, implanting them into the geranium alloy body, complete with LX-44 robotic legs. The vital organs of Grievous were housed in a synth skin gut sack, impervious to the rigors of the vacuum of space. Despite Grievous demanding that the Geonosian scientists did not alter his mind, they went ahead and made some minor alterations to it, trimming away disturbing memories from the Huck War and enhancing the rage centers in his brain. This caused the newly created cyborg to possess a strong rage, enhancing his combat reflexes and dexterity within his prosthetic arms. Grievous also received internal implants which were placed in the sockets of his eyes, sharpening his vision and protecting them from the vacuum of space. Following a short period of rest, Grievous made a full recovery, coming out of the ordeal stronger than he was going in. The procedure was deemed an overwhelming success, leading to Count Dooku granting Grievous the rank of Supreme Commander of the Droid armies, making him the highest ranking officer within the Separatist army. Alright, and finally on to number 5, why did Grievous not use red lightsabers? Contrary to popular belief, General Grievous did actually have a collection of blood red Sith lightsabers that he had collected from his numerous battles against Sith Lords. It was the largest collection of bled kyber crystal lightsabers in the galaxy and the prized possession of General Grievous. Sometime after his transformation into the cyborg that we now know him as, Grievous learned that the Dark Jedi Ka and Lee had stolen his ancient collection of red-bladed Sith lightsabers. After having discovered the location of the twin sisters, Grievous piloted his personal craft, called the Soulless One, to the acidic world of Dicha, hoping to reclaim his prized collection. Grievous eventually tracked down one of the sisters, confronting her, demanding that she reveal her name. After stalling Grievous for mere moments, the sisters leapt from behind Grievous, engaging him in combat. The twins converged on Grievous, fighting him side by side for the protection of their new lightsaber collection. Grievous was eventually able to knock the lightsabers out of the hands of both sisters, completing his victory. He entered a deep state of rage as he discovered that his prized collection had been dumped into an acidic lake on the surface of the planet, destroying them all. The sisters knew they were no match for an enraged Grievous, retreating off of the planet to an unknown location. After reconciling his great loss, Grievous vowed to only collect lightsabers of the Jedi in the future. Alright, and for number 6 we have a really interesting one. What was General Grievous's Jedi Killcount? During and prior to the Clone Wars, General Grievous was known for his incredible talent in fighting Jedi. He fought, killed and captured many Jedi throughout his career. In Legends, Grievous has a stunning Jedi kill count of 49, making him one of the deadliest enemies that the Jedi had ever seen. Through his Clone Wars tenure, he managed to lose 8 lightsabers, some at the hands of their original Jedi owners. In canon, we only see one on-screen kill, being that of Nadar Veb, the former Padawan of Kit Fisto. And for the final fact, number 7, did Grievous have a master even though he wasn't a Force user? Although General Grievous was not Force sensitive, he did in fact have a master. Count Dooku took General Grievous on as an apprentice with the permission of Darth Sidious because he did not possess strength in the Force. Sidious allowed this rogue apprenticeship under Dooku because he did not deem Grievous to be a threat to his power. Dooku taught Grievous how to use his mechanical body to his advantage and perfected his skill in lightsaber combat. Grievous became better than even some Jedi in both tactical ability and lightsaber dueling. It really is a testament to how well Dooku trained Grievous that he was able to fight the likes of Obi-Wan Kenobi and numerous other Jedi generals throughout the Clone Wars. And that wraps up this top 7 facts about General Grievous video. If you'd like to see me cover another major character in the top facts format, Let me know down in the comments below, as these are some of my favourite videos to produce. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to decimate the subscribe button and smash that like button. Cheers guys.